Being an NBA player comes with a lot of benefits. Typically, you're in the best shape of your life, making tens of millions of dollars, and for better or worse, you usually have a lot of girls interested in you. Here's the NBA players that got caught shooting their shot. Back during his prime, Kobe Bryant carried as much appeal to young adults as Bieber did to young teens. Female reporters seem to have all too often forgotten what questions they were supposed to ask, or worse, awkwardly comment after a response. During a 2009 interview with Fox Business, Bryant was yet again faced with the same dilemma. To be fair to Alexis Glick of Fox Business, the interview was handled smoothly until her final comment saying, "I'm seeing you with those stats with the 40-plus points and getting close to Wilt Chamberlain. And you're pretty close, huh?" Bryant simply stated his thanks and remarked it was because of luck, before Alex finished with, "You're a great guy and you're so handsome. Oh my goodness, I'm seriously blushing." Bryant couldn't help but laugh out loud as Alexis finished her dialogue at the screen as she cracked a big smile. Even in her closing words, she still continued to flirtatiously comment about Bryant closing with, "And now I'm looking forward to seeing him in the finals." It seems for as long as Tristan Thompson has been in the NBA, he's been involved in some cheating scandal with Khloe Kardashian. Knowing this, it shouldn't be a surprise that if any player would be caught flirting with intent, it would be Tristan. As another victim to Kristen Letlow's interviews, Tristan was the subject of a postseason segment that included some questionable comments. While the interview did have some solid questions, there were few and far between compared to the two's constant flirting. At one point, she asked if Tristan would rather be able to change the past or see the future, to which Tristan responded with, "I'd rather see the future, see what's going on in my life, see if you're actually going to be on my show when I'm done playing." Kristen then responded with, "Okay, let's get it straight, it's my show. We just need a pretty face for the poster." Tristan compared himself to her trophy boyfriend while she claimed she was the brains of the show, and no one knows what happened next. This hadn't been the first time, nor would it be the last time, Tristan was especially friendly to a reporter. Sometime prior to his interview with Kristen, Tristan took a post-game interview where he plainly stated, "See ball, get ball." Same approach, is pretty simple. "You know how I do, Tina." Tristan then winked at the camera before giving Tina a kiss and running away. After conducting an interview of his own with a CSN reporter, it became clear that JaVale McGee is certainly not shy when it comes to flirting in public. Before the interview had even taken place, McGee had taken the microphone from reporter Roz Gold Onwude to ask her some questions about himself. Opening up, McGee asked, "So, this is a great game. We got the win. How do you feel I performed, I guess?" Roz Gold, who had been clearly blushed, responded saying, "I thought you were very impressive off the bench. A lot of energy, as always." McGee had also took this public opportunity to lay out a compliment on Roz Gold, saying, "As you came to the game, what made you wear this nice ensemble that you have on today?" After laughing for a bit, Roz Gold seemed as though she wanted the approval of McGee when she described her outfit saying, "You know, I just wanted to wear color with the braid, which is new. Do you like the braid?" Unfortunately for Roz Gold, McGee was not a fan of her braids, but continued to compliment her outfit. The microphone eventually found its way back to Roz Gold as she finished the interview before asking McGee one last time, "Bigger than all of that, are you really not all that sure about this braid?" Since joining the NBA in 2014, Joel Embiid has taken on some ambitious goals for himself. Basketball goals aside, Joel has publicly stated for some time that he plans on getting together with Rihanna. Early on in his career, when Joel had first made an attempt at her, she told him to come back when he's an all-star. Seeing as he's accomplished that feat for the first time in 2018, and has since done it 2 more times, it seems like it's about time we heard an update. The first year he made the All-Star game, he initially declined the prospect of going back to Rihanna, saying, "She denied me back then, so why go with her again? I'm gonna have to pass that and move on to the next one. Trust the process." A fair point. However, it seems his love for Rihanna has once again gotten the better of him in a post-game interview during the 2018-19 season. Embiid talked about Rihanna saying, "For her, I'm ready anytime. We follow each other on Twitter though, so I just gotta slide in her DM. I'm taking my time. It's a process." Considering the millions of followers premier NBA players tend to have, it's no wonder why a few get caught up in some embarrassing DM slides. While some players are discreet about their social media sauce, some, such as J.R. Smith, have been caught red-handed, perhaps believing he was already in after receiving a message from a fan who simply wrote, "I'm going to your game tonight." J.R. responded with a "Dope. followed by his infamous one-liner, "You trying to get the pipe?" The Instagram DMs took place way back in 2013, but stirred up an unforgiving amount of memes. Since going viral, fans have produced shirts reading his geniusly constructed one-liner, along with a hashtag movement. JR had no other option to respond to the social media frenzy where he stated, "I was very immature and stupid, but I learned from it too. Watch what you say on social media." Marco Bellinelli may have at one point been a three-point champ, but still has some work to do when it comes down to his DM game. Also taking place in 2013, Marco opened with easily one of the most forward messages ever constructed for a DM, simply opening up with a, "What's up? Want to see something big to eat?" His estranged would-be lover responded with a devastating, "I have a man. I'm good on that." Of all the veteran NBA players who've tried their luck in the competitive jungle of DMs, it would be an unassuming rookie that scored the W. Miami Heat's rookie shooting guard Tyler Herro took to Twitter just before the coronavirus hiatus to send a simple WYD to model Katya Elise Henry. As luck would have it, Herro's clutch shot scored after she responded with an equally flirtatious response saying, "Quarantine and chill?" Currently standing as the league's greatest and most recognizable player, it's safe to say LeBron James doesn't have a hard time impressing women. No better example of this took place while LeBron was in an interview with Kristen Ledlow of NBA TV in 2016. LeBron was called over by Kristen for an interview, and from the get-go, it was clear the two had known each other, which isn't surprising as players at the level of LeBron are constantly taking interviews. However, the vibe of the interview turned casual after just a few seconds when Kristen admits that there was nothing she needed to talk to him about and just wanted to talk. "The last time we talked, you had just come back from 3-1 in the NBA Finals, so I actually don't have any questions for you. We can talk about anything you want. You got anything on your mind?" It was also blatantly clear Kristen was pretty nervous talking to King James, to say the least. It had also been apparent that this wasn't the first time LeBron had dealt with a nervous person in conversation. To keep the interview flowing, he just spoke about personal things the two seemed to have connected on, while the viewers were left to have guessed the real history. After a rough opening minute of the interview, LeBron's small talk seemed to have relaxed Kristen enough to remember her questions. As it turned out, Kristen had also met LeBron a year earlier in 2015, when LeBron had been watching a summer league game between the Cavaliers against the Timberwolves. While LeBron was seated, more outright than that interview was one with another reporter who, after allowing LeBron to comment about a question, snuck by with a sexually charged question asking, "Whenever you get a chance, can you share with me the discipline tips, please?" To which LeBron left saying, "I got you," as he smiled and left.